Welcome everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's presentation. Our topic is forests, our lifeline. We'll explore why forests are vital to our planet, the challenges they face, and what we can do to protect them. So let's get started and discover the incredible importance of our forests together. Let's take a look at the contents of this presentation. First, we'll explore why forests are called our lifeline. Forests provide us with essential resources like clean air, water, and raw materials, which are vital for our survival. Next, we'll discuss the different types of products we get from forests. These include food, medicine, timber, and even fibers used in clothing. Moving on, we'll see how forests serve as shelter for countless species, offering a home and protection. Then, we'll look at what a crown is. It's the upper part of a tree that includes the branches and leaves, playing a crucial role in photosynthesis. We'll also explore the layers of the rainforest, which are fascinating. Each layer supports different kinds of plants and animals. Following that, we'll understand the food web, which illustrates how plants, animals, and decomposers are interconnected in a forest ecosystem. We'll examine why the earth is called the green lungs, because forests absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen, helping us breathe. We'll discuss what happens if forests disappear, loss of biodiversity, climate change, and disruption of ecosystems. Then, we'll see how forests help prevent floods by absorbing excess rainwater and slowing runoff. We'll also learn how forests prevent soil erosion by holding the soil in place with their roots. Next, we'll look at the interrelationship between plants, soil, and decomposers, which together sustain the forest ecosystem. We'll examine the dangers of deforestation and why it's important to protect our forests. Finally, we'll explore ways we can prevent forests from disappearing, such as sustainable practices and conservation efforts. All these points connect to reinforce the overall theme that forests are truly our lifeline and vital for the health of our planet. Why are forests called our lifeline? Well, it's because they are truly vital for our survival. They give us fresh air to breathe, which is essential for our health and well-being. Forests also provide us with food, medicines, and many other resources like wood and fodder that we rely on daily. They even supply raw materials for industries that produce the goods we use. But that's not all. Forests play a crucial role in preventing soil erosion and holding the earth firmly in place, which helps maintain the stability of our land. And of course, they produce oxygen, which is absolutely necessary for us to breathe. So, when we think about our well-being and the health of our planet, forests are truly our lifeline, connecting everything together in a delicate balance. Let's take a closer look at the different types of products we get from forests. Forests produce a wide variety of resources, which can be broadly categorized into three main types. First, we have timber, which is an essential material used in construction, furniture making, and various other industries. Timber is perhaps the most well-known forest product because of its importance in everyday life. Next, we have non-timber products. These include items like fruits, nuts, medicinal plants, and resins. These products are valuable too, especially for local communities, as they often provide livelihood opportunities without the need to cut down trees. Finally, there are minor minerals. These are smaller mineral resources like sand, gravel, and clay that are extracted from forest areas. While they may seem less significant, they play a crucial role in construction and other industries. Understanding these categories helps us appreciate the diverse ways forests support our economy and our daily lives. Recognizing the different products also emphasizes the importance of sustainable forest management to preserve these valuable resources for future generations. Now let's look at some common food products we get from forests. First, we have honey, which is a sweet, natural product produced by bees that thrive in forest environments. Then there are fruits, which grow on trees and plants within the forest, providing essential nutrients and flavors. Mushrooms are another important forest product. They grow naturally in shaded, moist areas and are a valuable food source. We also get palm wine, a traditional alcoholic beverage made from the sap of certain palm trees, which is enjoyed in many cultures. Moving on, palm oil is a widely used cooking oil extracted from the fruit of oil palms, and it's a major product derived from forest resources. Rubber, another vital product, comes from the latex of rubber trees and is essential for countless industries. Next, we have wood raw materials, which serve as the basis for many other products. For example, matchsticks are simple, everyday items made from wood. Paper, paperboard, and wood pulps are also derived from forest trees, supporting our writing, packaging, and printing needs. Lastly, bamboo is a versatile forest product used for construction, crafts, and even food in some cultures. All these products highlight how forests are not just about trees and plants. They provide us with a wide range of food and raw materials that are integral to our daily lives and economies. Why are forests called shelter? Well, the forest is truly a habitat for many plants and animals. It provides a suitable environment where they can thrive. For instance, you might think of trees like neem, shisham, and palash, which are common in forests. And when we talk about animals, think of tigers, porcupines, elephants, and jackals, all find a home in the forest. The forest acts like a natural shelter, giving them protection and resources they need to survive. Beneath the trees, there's the forest floor, which is an important part of this environment. It's made up of roots, soil, and decomposers, those tiny organisms that break down organic matter. This process enriches the soil and helps maintain the health of the entire ecosystem. So, in essence, forests are called shelters because they provide a safe, nurturing space for a wide variety of life, supporting the overall balance of nature. This idea ties into our overall theme of understanding the importance of forests in maintaining ecological harmony. So let's talk about what a crown is in a plant. The crown refers to all the above-ground parts of an individual plant. This includes the stems, the leaves, and the reproductive structures like flowers and seed-producing organs. Essentially, it's the visible, above-ground portion that you see when you look at a plant. Now, when we focus on woody plants, such as trees, shrubs, or lianas, the crown is made up of the branches, the leaves, and the reproductive parts that extend from the trunk or main stems. Think of it as the entire upper structure that supports the plant's growth, reproduction, and overall health. Understanding the crown is important because it plays a vital role in photosynthesis, reproduction, and overall plant stability. It connects to the larger theme of plant structure and function, helping us see how different parts work together to keep the plant thriving. Rainforests are actually structured into 4 distinct layers, each with its own unique features and inhabitants. Let's start with the emergent layer. This is the very top of the tallest trees that poke up above the main canopy. It's a place where the sun is abundant, so only the strongest and tallest plants can reach this level. The winds here are quite strong, and they play an important role by helping to disperse seeds from these towering trees to other parts of the forest. Next, we have the understory. This layer lies beneath the canopy and is made up of smaller trees and shrubs growing in the space between the main canopy and the forest floor. The plants here include seedlings and young saplings of the taller trees, along with specialized shrubs and herbs that thrive in the shaded environment. Moving down, we come to the forest floor itself. This is the ground layer, which includes roots, soil, and decomposing organic matter. Despite being dark and seemingly quiet, it's actually a bustling hub of activity, full of decomposers and creatures that break down organic material and recycle nutrients back into the soil. Finally, there's the canopy layer. This is when the upper crowns of the taller trees meet and form a dense, thick ceiling over much of the forest. It's a vibrant, busy zone where many animals live and where most of the forest's photosynthesis happens. The emergent layer I mentioned earlier is actually composed of the tallest trees whose crowns extend above this canopy. Understanding these layers helps us appreciate just how complex and interconnected rainforest ecosystems truly are. Let's talk about the fascinating relationship between plants, soil, and decomposers in a forest ecosystem. Plants rely on the soil to get water and essential minerals they need to grow and thrive. In a forest, decomposers play a crucial role. They break down fallen leaves, branches, and even dead organisms, transforming these materials into nutrients that plants can readily use. This process is vital because it recycles nutrients back into the soil, maintaining a healthy and balanced environment. Without decomposers, nutrients would stay locked in dead matter, and plants wouldn't get the nourishment they need. So, in essence, decomposers act as nature's recyclers, ensuring that nutrients flow continuously through the ecosystem. This interconnected relationship highlights how all parts of a forest work together to sustain life, reinforcing the overall theme of ecosystem balance and sustainability. Let's talk about the food chain. A food chain explains which organism eats another in the environment. It's essentially a linear sequence that shows how nutrients and energy move from one organism to the next. This transfer happens when one organism consumes another. Understanding this helps us see how different creatures are connected and how energy flows through an ecosystem. It's a fundamental concept that ties into the bigger picture of how living things survive and interact in their habitats. Let's talk about the concept of a food web. A food web is essentially all the food chains within a single ecosystem woven together. You see, each living thing in an ecosystem doesn't just belong to one simple food chain. It often participates in multiple chains at the same time. These interconnected and overlapping chains form what we call a food web. It really highlights how complex and interconnected life is within an ecosystem. Now, to help us understand these connections better, we use something called trophic levels. These levels group organisms based on their role in the food web, like producers, consumers, and decomposers. Recognizing these levels helps us see how energy flows through an ecosystem and why each piece is vital for maintaining balance. So, in the bigger picture, understanding food webs and trophic levels gives us a clearer picture of ecosystem dynamics, showing how all the parts are linked and depend on each other. This understanding is crucial for appreciating biodiversity and the health of our environment. So, why do we call the Earth the green lungs? Well, it all comes down to the vital role that plants play in our environment. Plants release oxygen through a process called photosynthesis, which is essential for animals, including humans, because we need oxygen to breathe and carry out respiration. But that's not all. Plants also help maintain a delicate balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This balancing act is crucial for sustaining life as we know it. That's why we often refer to forests as the green lungs of the Earth, because they work tirelessly to produce the oxygen we depend on and to remove excess carbon dioxide. It's a beautiful reminder of how interconnected nature is and why protecting our forests is so important for our survival. Let's talk about deforestation. Essentially, it's the purposeful clearing of forested land. Throughout history, and even today, forests have been raised for various human needs. For example, we've cleared land to create space for agriculture and grazing animals. Also, wood has been a vital resource for fuel, manufacturing, and construction. But it's important to recognize that deforestation has significantly altered the ecosystem. When we remove large areas of forest, it impacts biodiversity, climate regulation, and many other natural processes. Understanding this helps us see how human activity directly affects the environment and highlights the importance of sustainable practices. Now, let's talk about some practical ways we can all help prevent forests from disappearing. First, consider planting a tree whenever you have the chance. It's a simple but powerful way to contribute. Next, try to buy recycled products and make sure to recycle them again. This reduces the need for new raw materials. Supporting companies that are committed to reducing deforestation is also key. Look for brands that prioritize sustainability. Be mindful of your consumption. Buy only what you need and will actually use to avoid waste. Going paperless at home and in the office can significantly cut down on paper use, which in turn helps save trees. When buying wood products, always check the labels for the FSC mark, which indicates the wood comes from responsibly managed forests. Raising awareness in your circle and community is equally important. Spread the word and encourage others to take action. Lastly, try to avoid products containing palm oil, as palm oil production is a major driver of deforestation. Each of these steps, big or small, connects back to the larger goal of protecting our forests for future generations. So, what happens if forests disappear? Well, first and foremost, the amount of carbon dioxide in the air will increase. And as we know, higher CO2 levels lead to a rise in the Earth's temperature, contributing to climate change. Forests play a crucial role in absorbing carbon dioxide, so without them, this balance is upset. Next, if forests can't exist, then life as we know it can't exist either. Trees and plants provide food and shelter for countless animals. Without these resources, many species would struggle to survive, which would have a ripple effect across ecosystems. And finally, there's the issue of soil and water. Without trees to hold the soil in place, it becomes more prone to erosion, and water can't be absorbed properly. This often leads to flooding, which can cause devastating damage to communities and habitats alike. So, losing forests isn't just about losing trees. It's about losing the balance that supports all life on Earth. Forests play a crucial role in preventing floods. They act like natural sponges, soaking up excess rainwater during heavy storms. This helps reduce runoff, which is often a major cause of flooding, and the damage it can cause to communities and ecosystems. Additionally, forests don't just help during the rainy season. They also release stored water gradually during dry periods. This process helps maintain clean water supplies and can even lessen the impact of droughts. When we think about protecting ourselves from floods and droughts, healthy forests are a key part of that strategy. Remember, a safe tree, safe life. By preserving forests, we protect ourselves and future generations. Forests are incredibly important when it comes to preventing soil erosion. You see, they are filled with a variety of vegetation, herbs, shrubs, and most notably, trees. These plants play a vital role because their roots reach deep into the soil and hold the topmost layer firmly in place. This anchoring effect is crucial because it helps resist natural forces like wind and water, which can otherwise easily carry away the fertile topsoil. When the topsoil is protected, the land remains healthy and capable of supporting plant life and agriculture. So, overall, forests act as natural barriers, preventing soil erosion and maintaining the balance of our ecosystems. So, in conclusion, I hope from all the previous slides, it's clear just how much forests contribute to our lives. They're not just trees, they're vital for clean air, biodiversity, climate regulation, and so much more. Now, it's really up to us to take action. We need to become active, responsible humans who care about our planet. That means working to save forests, supporting policies and initiatives that promote reforestation, and educating others about the importance of afforestation. Preventing deforestation is just as crucial as planting new trees. By doing this, we can ensure that future generations also benefit from the many gifts forests provide. Remember, every small action counts in making a big difference.